The AAA games industry is in a complete and utter mess right now, with costs to create games ballooning to an unbelievable size, and the amount of people required to actually get a game made seems like it's reaching the thousands. And it's the reason why publishers care about one thing and one thing only.
Money.
They don't care about the quality of the game as long as it brings them in the cash. They don't care about the options that they're presenting to you. They don't care about the gameplay. They don't care about the art style. They don't care about anything that makes the game worthwhile. They care about how much money you're gonna spend on the game. And it's not good. But if we take a look at indie studios, the driving force behind the games, of course, is obviously it is money overall. But the driving force is creativity, delivering a game of immense quality with gameplay that you love, with characters that you adore, with a story that matters, with features that are awesome, and things that just keep you coming back and wanting more. That's completely lost on the AAA devs. And I don't want to put the blame on the devs because realistically it's the publishers. But these publishers are out of their fucking minds. And it's because all they care about is making $1 billion. We've now reached the point where the games industry is basically face to face with the movie industry, where everything is seen as a complete failure unless it sells like 10 million copies. And it's an unrealistic expectation to have. And let me give you a straight up point about this, okay? This is my case in point, okay? Let's look at what's going on with Modern Warfare 3. This seems like the first time that kind of nobody cares about Call of Duty. And it's because Call of Duty has been on a steady decline since pretty much the release of Warzone, where they've flipped from a game where they care about people having fun shooting each other to a game where they care about people spending money on battle passes and unlocking bullshit skins. It's a bullshit maneuver that they've done, and it's obviously reflected in the quality of the gameplay. These games are no longer fun because all they care about is maximizing your time on the game rather than the amount of time you're having fun. They just want you to be on because then the more you're on, the higher chance you have at spending money. That's not the right way to go about it, and it's obvious. But they don't care because they know they're going to make $1 bazillion, and that's all that matters to them. Where if you look at these other studios, like Larian Studios, who made the best Dungeons & Dragons game ever, they wanted to do that with the love of the franchise, with the love of the IP, with the love of the type of game that it is, with the world building, with the story, with the writing, with the characters, everything. Their point was to make an incredible game. Whether they sold 1 million copies or 100 million copies, or whether they sold 10,000 copies. What they wanted to do was make a game that leaves a lasting impression on you, not a game that goes after you purely for your cash in your wallet. Indie games are created with purpose, with intent. They're not always small, but they're created with the idea that this is going to be a great game, and we want this type of gameplay out there. This is the game that we want to play, and we want you guys to play it too, and we want you guys to love it. And you can see that reflected instantly. Play Celeste, and within 5 minutes, you'll be like, this game is fucking fantastic, and I'm having the best time. Then go over to playing like, I don't know, fucking go play Call of Duty, and then you'll instantly be like, wow, I've seen 1,500 pop-ups asking me to buy the Battle Pass, and then asking me to buy this skin, and then asking me to buy this bundle. When do I get to actually play the game? Because it's not about playing the game anymore. It's about spending money on the game. And that's not the right thing. And no, we are not asking you to have a team of 1,000 people. We're not asking you to have a budget of $150 million. That's not what we're asking. We're asking you to create a good game, good gameplay, good story, good characters. I mean, depending on the game, it doesn't even need all that. It just needs good gameplay. It doesn't even need good graphics. But we're asking you to not take advantage of us. An indie game comes out and almost always, the game comes out and that's what the game is. It's a release, boom, and maybe they'll update the game with a little bit of content, maybe they'll, with a few patches or whatever, but the game's the game. They don't hound you with skins, they don't hound you with asking you for money, and they develop those games in a shorter amount of time with usually a smaller team, and the games come out fantastic. Not every game needs to be $1 billion game. We are not asking you to make GTA 6 every single time you make a game. We're asking you to put your heart and souls into it and create something great. Don't fucking ask us to buy your Battle Pass every 2 seconds. And I'm not really coming after every AAA studio because some of them do it differently. Some of them do it in a more reasonable way where they, they release a game and then they do a little bit of DLC that they ask you for some money for. Sure, that's fine. That's a different case scenario. But a lot of these studios are just plainly coming after your cash and then complaining like,
well, you can't expect us to do the same thing as them.
Yeah, I can. Because they're not in it for the $1 bazillion. Look at this year, okay? Look at the whole year. Let's put the whole year in perspective. From the beginning of the year till now, we have literally had amazing release after release. And most of those releases also are AAA games. And some are remakes, and some are just brand new games, brand new IP and things like that. But they're fantastic, and they're done right. A lot of these studios are taking the right approach with this, and they're doing it in the right way, but some of them aren't. It's like you just are saying,
listen, we care about money more than anything.
and I know you need the money to support your studio. I know you need the money to support your staff, but it shouldn't be about the ultimate goal is to make $1 billion. The ultimate goal should be that you're releasing a top tier quality game that people love and people want to play. Just make a good game. You can do it.